Hey guys, Mark Cunningham at Grace Property Management. So I was talking to a property manager the other day, and they were saying to me, as I often hear, "Hey, I need to grow. I want to talk to you to get some advice on how to grow. I need to grow faster. I need to get more doors." And so I asked the question that I always ask when someone says they want to grow, and which is simply this: Why? Why do you want to grow? And so let me ask you that question. If you want to grow, and I assume we all want to grow, but why? Is there a time when we should stop growing? Let me just give you this to think about. And this is counterintuitive. I get that. We don't think this way in our industry, partially because we hear things like, if you're not growing, you're dying. You got to grow just to make up for the people that leave. And I understand all that. But let's look at this from a little different angle, because I think there are 3 times where you as a PM may want to consider stop growing. So let me tell you what those 3 times are and offer you a suggestion around each of those times. Number 1, I think you should stop growing. Number 1, if you are growing too fast. We picked up last month, more, it was a record month for us. We picked up 35 new doors last month. It's a record, an all-time record. And they were all like ones and twosy type stuff, which is great. We loved it. And my VP of property management, she said to me, Mark, I see that we are dropping some balls. We dropped some balls this last month. We made some mistakes because it's hard for us to suddenly incorporate 35 doors in 30 days of work. That's hard for us to do. We're not really built to do that, and we dropped some balls. We're growing a little bit too fast. Now, I don't think we'll hit 35 every month. If we were, we'd have to change some things, because oftentimes when you as a company, a danger of growing too fast is you start messing up and you aren't taking care of the people on the back end. Did you know in our industry, because we've been around since 1978, in our industry years ago, and I mean like 15 years ago, most PM companies stopped taking on new accounts in the summertime. They just did. We all did that. Why? Because it was busy. It was leasing season and it was turnover season and you got busy. And so to take care of those clients, you paused new accounts. So when somebody would call in to potentially have us manage a property in June, the first thing they would say is, yes, I'm wondering if you guys are currently taking on new accounts. That was just a common thing. Why? Because most PM companies would not. They would pause for the summer months. Why? Because we have to take care of those folks. Now, we don't even think that way anymore. I mean, if you're listening to that, you're like, Mark, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but we knew that it was hard to take on new people and still take care of the old people. So if you're growing too fast, now if you are growing too fast, if you sense, we're picking up a lot of folks and maybe not taking care of the ones that we have on place, here's a suggestion. When it gets to summertime or gets crazy, consider pausing new accounts just for 30 days. Now, I know you're thinking that you can't even comprehend this. I get it. It sounds like heresy, pausing, turning away a new lead. What is wrong with you, Mark? But you know what? Sometimes that's the best thing you can do for your business. Why? Because if you grow too fast, it will hurt the long-term success of your business. And this is a long-term game. This is not a short-term game. So what that means is if you find yourself pulling your hair out in June, maybe, just maybe, you say, hey guys, when the phone rings and it's a new owner client, we're just going to tell them, you know what, we're currently not taking on any new accounts until the 1st of July or the 1st of whatever. Put a 30-day pause. Now, by the way, that will create an attraction to your business like few other things will do. Because when that owner client hears that, they're going to be like, wow, these guys are so good, they don't even need my business. So, okay, so you're taking on new accounts in 30 days? Yeah, so you know what? Let me get your number. I'll call you in 30 days. Or you tell them, you know what? Call me back in 30 days. They'll do it. If they want you, they will wait 30 days for you. So it won't even hurt you in the long run. But consider that. Okay, number 2, when I think it's the best time to stop growing. Number 2, the business has become unstable. If you're looking at your business and you see cracks and you see instability and you see problems right underneath the surface, it may be a time to stop growing for a short period of time and focus on stability. So 2 years ago, we grew a lot. We picked up a lot of new doors. We had a lot of new owners, a lot of new clients. It was a great year for us. New people, new employees, it was wonderful. But I noticed that was creating some instability in our company. So the year after, we had one word for the year. Our word of the year was stability. And now here's what I said. I said, guys, this year we're going to focus on stability. We're not going to focus on new growth. If a new account comes on and it's a good fit, sure, we'll take it, but that's not where our focus is going to be. Our focus for the next 12 months is going to be on stability, because once we restabilize, then we can move to the next level of growth. And so for the whole year, we did that. We just focused on that. And we did pick up some new doors. It wasn't a crazy amount, but that wasn't the focus. Why? Because it's a long-term focus. If the business has become unstable, you may want to pause. Now, my suggestion here, two suggestions. Number one, know your attrition rate. And you say, well, why is that important? That will tell you how good of a job you are doing taking care of your current clients. See, if you're losing more than, I would say, 10% on an annual basis of your existing clients, you may have some problems with stability. You may not be taking care of them. And this is a vicious cycle, because if you lose so many that you've got to go replace them with new ones, now all your focus goes on to replacement, and you even have less focus on taking care of your old people. It needs to be balanced. You have to have balance there. Take care of your old folks, and your goal of attrition needs to be no more than 10%. But know what it is. Track it in a spreadsheet, old-fashioned spreadsheet, so that you know today how many doors have you lost thus far this year. Know your attrition rate. Number two, focus on stability. Make that the focus of your business. You're going to focus on being stable for the long-term success of the business. Now, before I tell you the third reason to stop growing, let me thank the sponsor for this video, RECONCILE Daily. Have you heard of this company? RECONCILE Daily is a full-service accounting firm, and they do Appfolio for your trust accounts, and they do QuickBooks for your company. They are Appfolio experts, and they are QuickBook experts. They do everything for you from an accounting standpoint, so you don't have to do the thing we all hate as PMs, accounting. So this video's over. Jump on our sponsor page. Check out RECONCILE Daily. I give a full breakdown of who they are, give you their contact information. Reach out to them just for a free conversation. Find out if they can help you get your trust accounts back in order, get your books taken care of so you can focus on stability in other areas of the company. Okay, number three reason that I think it might be a good time to pause growth or stop growing is you are burning out. We've all been there, haven't we? I'm guessing if I sat down with you over a cup of coffee and I asked you why you got into this business, you wouldn't say to get big. You probably wouldn't say that. You'd say, when I first got into this business, I got into the business to have a life. So I could take Fridays off at 3 or 12 or maybe even 9 p.m. Right? But it turns into this monster, doesn't it? I was talking to a PM the other day, and he was telling me about growth, and they want to grow, and I said, why? And he said, well, we got to grow. It's the thing to do. Don't we all have to grow? And we started talking about that. And at the end of our conversation, he had totally done a 180 on that. He said, you know what? I've been focusing too much on growth. I want to have a life back. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start doing something different. We talked about this. You need to right size your business. Every one of us has a right size for our business. Now it's all different. Right sizing your business might be 1,000 doors, or right sizing your business might be 100 doors, or somewhere in between. But it's different for every one of us. So rather than setting these arbitrary growth numbers, well, I want to grow 10% this year. Well, why? What does that do for you? Now, if it's financially based, then that's great. But have a reason behind your arbitrary growth metric. So that why? So you can right size your business. See, when you don't right size your business, this becomes you. It becomes this idea of you running after growth, and you run as fast as you can, and eventually you spin out. This is hard to stop watching, isn't it? It's like addictive. You just want to see that little hamster flip around and get kicked out. But that's what happens to us. We get stuck in the wheel. Why? Because we don't look to right size our business. We just look for more and more and more. Did you know, fun fact, you know why hamsters do this? You know why hamsters get in the wheel and they just go? It's not because they're that stupid. They probably are. But hamsters have some of the worst eyesight of any animals. They can't see more than a couple inches in front of their nose. So see, they don't know that they're running in a wheel. They think they're going somewhere because they can't look beyond 2 inches in front of them. If you can't look beyond 2 or 3 inches in front of your nose, this is you. You've got to look beyond that and right size your business and say this. You know what? The right size for us is 950 doors. That's where we want to get to, and here's why. Because it'll generate this much income. It'll generate this much lifestyle for me. That's what right sizing my business looks like. So that'll get you out. Oh, I'll turn this off there because you're getting confused on that. So think about that. There is a time to stop growing. I really, really believe that. Think about that as you're planning for next year, as you're putting those things in place. What is the right size for your business?